Hello, whoever you are. Welcome. We even welcome lurkers. We'll see if anyone shows up today. Pieces. It has one. Hello, whoever you are. Welcome. I decided to go live. Hi, Mike. How are you? I'm doing good, Mike. I just uploaded on my other channel a jewelry jar auction, and I decided to do a live. Maybe get some more suggestions on subjects that people would like to discuss or me do a series on. Are you going to do another live soon, Mike? I think your channel is going to be really cool. I think sometimes people want to just discuss life's problems, you know. Hi, Chris. Oh, good to see you. Yeah, sometimes, you know, you don't expect to get a big crowd when you have a serious channel, but sometimes we just need that to get away from the auctions and all the other fun stuff. Podcast soon. Good. Looking forward to hearing your next one, Mike. Seen Chris on Darlene's this morning. Tomorrow I'm going to go on there with the crazy hat day. Can't believe I made a hat today, or decorated one, I should say. Yeah, I think your podcast is going to be really good, Mike. Are you doing any more auctions at all? Or just Lily? Because I think you have a lot of jewelry left, don't you? I know I don't have a lot of storage space, so I have to store most of the stuff in my bedroom. So where do you store yours, Mike? Under your bed? Oh. I was going through jewelry this morning and I thought, oh, this is ridiculous. But so I did a jar, try a pop-up. You know, I've done a couple of the auctions with, someone else. I just kind of like the pop-ups because I feel like no one's pressured and you don't have to deal with maybe being disappointed after working 3 hours and not selling much. This way, someone can, go and look at your pop-up and decide whether they really want it or not. And even a few hours later, if no one has purchased, they can still buy. So, brand name stuff. Yeah, my craft lots I've been doing, most of it's all wearable. I'm just trying to get rid of some of the things that I don't think maybe they're nice, but they don't meet my specs for selling them singly. Yeah, I do too, Mike. I don't like, naturally I want to sell things, but I don't want to make people feel pressured. And like, I don't like to feel pressured. I go to a lot of the auctions, but, I can't afford to buy from all of them or buy a lot of things. I try to buy a few that on my California budget, crazy living over here. It's too expensive. Like I probably shouldn't have said it, but the video I just uploaded, I had one non-payer this last time. And I don't, if people just make arrangements, I'm not hard-nosed. Certain paydays. I have one great customer who gets paid twice a month, and she arranges it, and it's great. But what I said in the video is I don't do this for a hobby. I do it to supplement my income. Oh, Lily does a good job. I'm sure you're proud of her, Mike. Angie and her hubby and you have done a good job with Lily. Very mature. Yeah, my granddaughter for a while was kind of difficult, but I see the maturity now. She's doing really good. Real proud. Sometimes they go through those, little difficult moments along the road. Yeah, all kids are a work in progress. Yeah, they are. But you got to have patience. It's not easy being a kid. I understand. They go to school and my grandkids go to a Christian school and the work's tough. I mean, they get a good education, but they come home pretty tired. And then with sports and all the activities that kids have nowadays. So, like I said, it's not easy growing up. I was teasing my grandson who's 12, and he's an inch taller than me now. I teased him a couple of years ago. I said, eventually you're going to catch up to Grandma. Well, he has, and he's passed me by an inch. Yeah, today's math is, when the kids were in the 3rd grade, I used to help them with homework. I can't anymore. I mean, that math and some of the work is really wild. But I don't know why they don't go back to like we were taught. A little more practical. She was only 4'10". Yeah, my grandma was about that size, Mike. I'm 5'1". I used to be 5'1.5". I guess old age has shrunk me a half an inch. But I was 5'1.5" at the age of 13. I just never grew after that. She was 4'10". You know, my dad was only 5'4", and his dad was barely 5 foot. So that side of the family was short, and my mother's side of the family was tall. So my younger son took after my mother's side of the family because he's 6 foot. But yeah, I remember my grandma. She was short, and she was round and short, little Italian. Mike, did you ever learn to speak Italian? All the men on both sides were 6. Oh, wow. I wish I would have learned to speak Italian, but I was as stubborn as my grandma. I told her when she learned to speak English, I would learn to speak Italian. But, you know, it's weird. When I was a kid and she'd tell me stories in Italian, I could understand them. And there's certain words once in a while I can, pick up, but I cannot speak it. Oh, you're the smallest at 5'11". Yeah, that's a good height, though. That's not too short. Like I said, my dad was only 5'4", and my mother was 5'4". But anyway, so do you have any more treatments for your MS coming up or scheduled? In Italian, and my dad told her no, he won't speak English. Oh, well, that's kind of sad, though. I used to love to listen to my grandma's stories. She'd tell me stories about Italy, and in the summer I would go and spend a week like with her. Oh, okay. I get an infusion in every 6 months. Okay. Well, I hope they help. Hopefully they come out with, some better treatments, because my brother, I think they tried every treatment around, and he even got some stuff from out of the country. But now, it's a little more advanced, hopefully. Now, my husband had MS, but there was a couple of times when he couldn't walk, but his MS never got him, really. He actually died of cancer. Ooh, 65,000 a year. Oh my gosh. I hope your insurance is kicking in that amount or close to. That's a lot of money. That's the whole trouble nowadays. We have all this advanced technology and new treatments that, unless you have good insurance, the average working class person can't afford it. So what good does it do us, And unless you have a good private insurance. I have a senior advantage program insurance, and I feel actually totally ignored. Um, Nowadays, like I said, unless you have a private insurance, they can push insurance for everyone, but the doctors they really don't care because they don't get paid that much from the government. Well, I pray that your MS is slowed down, Mike. I know it's rough stuff. you're very thankful to have a wonderful family that, helps you. That is, that's wonderful. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but I have Chiari 1, which is not the most severe, but some of the symptoms, it has something to do with the brainstem. I had very few symptoms until I got a whiplash, and that's when they found out that I have Chiari. But some of the symptoms are similar to MS. And so far it hasn't gotten me, but that's why I have the chronic shoulder and neck problems, is because of the Chiari. But I got a whiplash, and they finally figured out, the pain in the shoulder and neck was not subsiding. And evidently when I got the whiplash, and I didn't even know this being a nurse, and we have tonsils back in our brainstem, and I won't go through all the medical terms, but when I got the whiplash, it crammed them. So I've learned to live with it, but sometimes I have to take ibuprofen. I refuse any of the other pain meds. But that's why I don't drive the freeway anymore, because turning my neck or turning my head, my neck hurts more when my son tells me, Mom, you got mirrors, but I still like to turn and look. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate. We all need prayers. We all do. Well, I will let you go. I was hoping more people would come on, and maybe it's just the wrong time of evening. I don't know. I have some ideas about my next video on this channel, on Josie Cares, but I thought maybe someone else had a subject that, they'd want me to discuss. And like I said before, with my education and what I've went through and seen as a nurse, if it was something I wasn't familiar with, I would do a lot of research before I did the video. So, but anyway, so if you think of something, or the couple of people that are not speaking, because it says there's 3 in here, and it's only you and me, Mike. Well, I've had a great conversation with you. Love you guys. You're a good guy, Mike. Keep up the strength. God will get you through this. I'd like to see a miracle and see you out of that bed. And you have a lot to offer. Thank you, Mike. Can I adopt you as a brother? I lost mine 5 years ago, and I really miss him, and he's the one that had MS, and he used to call me twice a week, and I can still hear his voice. He'd say, "Hi, sis." I really miss that. Anyway, I'm going to let you go, and God bless you, and we'll talk soon. Bye.